I hate it when I do that. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I did that again. I hate it when I start out my videos and I have my mute button on. I hate it when I do that. Okay. Well, I'll just put in where to start so people don't what's up? What's up, Mark? Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt, the late edition. Uh Everybody's pretty much a captive audience right now. And I've noticed the time, like when I come on in the morning, I keep forgetting that everybody's homeschooling and remote working. So some people are still busy at home. So I was wondering about that. So I said, you know what? Let me come on at night. All right. Let me come on at night and see how it goes. So welcome. Those of you guys that know me or do not know me, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal financial educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see that they're in debt, and how I expose them, what I call in the debt matrix, right? I expose the glitches in the debt matrix by pointing out things that don't make mathematical sense, yet people keep doing them, right? And like financing cars and phones and stuff like that, things that go down in value, and then they're wondering why they're still living paycheck to paycheck, right? But what I do to kind of wake up people, I just go, hey, you want to be a millionaire? Everybody says yes. I say, first, I must teach you how to count to 1,000,000. People look puzzled. They're like, I know how to do that. 1, 2, 3. And then I stop them. I say, whoa, what about zero? Why'd you forget zero? Zero's a number. Everybody always seems to skip zero. And this is what I do. Add up all your savings. If this is you, right? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the number where you start to count to 1,000,000. That's where you start. Everybody starts differently. So if it's a large negative number, don't worry about 85% of Americans are in debt. So don't worry about that part, right? If it's a large negative number, you start there, get out of the negative, and then once you get to zero, that's when you start counting to 1,000,000. That's the laws of mathematics. And since math and money are one, that's pretty much a given, right? Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. All right. This is what I teach. What's up, R. Carp, Mike, Rambo, Quentin, Lord Vale. What's going on, man? Man, it's you know what? I've been I've been off a couple days, not on the mic, right? But I've been thinking about the bigger picture now, man. I was prepared for this. It says I'm in quarantine, man, but I was surprised when my life was called quarantine. I was like, that's quarantine? I do that every day. Well, that's nothing. There's no difference for me. It's just a little bit of inconvenience, but other than that, this is pretty much my life. So it's not really that bad. It doesn't really change, especially when you're debt free, man. It's like you're I'm economy proof now, right? It's not really that bad. All right. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about a couple of articles that were submitted by Jaws 2003 and Ill Wills. Okay, so it's about what the car dealerships are doing right now to sell cars because nobody got no money and no jobs. So and they're gonna have a ton of them that people are going to stop totally paying on their cars right now. Okay. They're in trouble. So this is what they're doing to entice people. Okay. So we're going to read these articles. So we're going to go over these articles 3 different ways. Okay. One is we're going to just read it normal, what it says word for word. Right. And then we're going to figure out if it sounds good to you. I'm going to tell you why it sounds good to you. And then the last thing, I'm going to tell you what it really means. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let me make sure I got these guys up. All right, we're gonna go with that car manufacturer. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, right? They're all connected. 1 second here. Oh, okay. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to read through this article, this first one, okay? All right. Now, I'm going to be reading slow because I don't know how to read. No, but when I read these articles, you got to remember I'm translating back to you because I can't help but read. I cannot help but read what it really says in these articles. But when you're in debt, you can't see it. Okay. So here we go. GM temporarily cuts pay by 20% for 69,000 salary workers amid the coronavirus pandemic. Okay. GM told 69,000 salaried employees globally it will be temporarily cutting 20% of their salaries. Okay. The reduced pay, which begins Wednesday, will be repaid in a lump sum with interest no later than March 15th. We're March 27th right now. Okay. They're talking next year. Next year. Okay. Ford Motor earlier in the day said it's up to 300 executives. Okay, wait a minute. Ford earlier in the day said its top 300 executives will defer 20 to 50% of their salaries. All right, what's up, Mecca? All right, now, we're just reading through this for now, okay? Then we're going to come back so you can understand. General Motors Thursday told its entire salary workforce, 69,000 employees, it will temporarily cut their salaries 20% as the automaker attempts to save cash, weather the coronavirus. Okay, the reduced pay, which begins Wednesday. Okay, we read that according to, and no later it'll be repaid in a lump sum with interest next year, March 15th. Notice how they didn't say next year; they just kind of say, "Yeah, next March 15th." You know, like it's no big deal. According to a list of actions announced by the company obtained by CNBC, about 6,500 U.S. employees cannot work from home will go on paid leave, which are they still talking about the company? No, they switched over to U.S. employees. Okay, they got off of General Motors, calling salary downtime that workers who receive 75% of their pay keep seniority and retain health benefits. In addition to the 20% salary deferral for white collar work, executives also take cuts 5 or 10% to their cash compensation, excluding bonuses, stock option, and other incentives. The GM board will take 20% reduction in total compensation. GM's business and its balance sheet was very strong before the virus outbreak, and steps we are taking now will ensure we can regain momentum, blah, blah, blah. This GM declined to disclose the savings, bloggity, bloggity, blah. All right. So, okay. So now we're kind of, if that sounds like, if you're reading that article and you're like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's, if they want to save the company, oh yeah, people got to take a pay cut, right? All right. And you just believe that is because of the pandemic. Okay. So now we're going to say this again. GM told 69,000 salaried employees globally that it will cut 20% of their salaries. Now, let me tell you something. If I worked at GM, you know what I would say? No, you're not. I quit. Because what they're saying is this: you're going to take a pay cut, plus you're going to work, exposing yourself even more to the virus. That sounds like hazard pay to me, but they're cutting your salaries. Only slaves would accept such a deal. If they said to me, hey, we're going to cut your salary and you're going to still work the same amount of hours, I would say, no, I'm not. I quit. Only slaves do that. I wouldn't do that. There is no way. I would be like, hey, you're going to double my pay. If you want me to even work here during working around something that can actually kill me, you're going to double my salary if you want me to stay. I'm not going to take less. All right. And here we go with the same line again. The reduced pay, which begins on Wednesday, will be repaid in a lump sum with interest no later than March 15th. They're not even promising when. They're just saying no later than that date next year. And you know what people are going to do? They're going to do it. Only slaves do that. Only slaves would work for free, work for less during a coronavirus. Are you crazy? Ford Motor earlier in the day said its top 300 executives will defer 20 to 50% of the whatever. I don't care what they do with their money. Why are you tell? It's like this. When you read those lines, why are you telling us this? So you don't believe it's just the average workers? This doesn't matter who it is. Even if I was a top executive and they turned to me and said they're going to cut some of my salary, I said, no, you're not. I quit. You don't get to do that. That's hazard pay. You think you're going to keep making me work while the virus is floating around and you're going to cut my pay? No, you're not. No, you're not. Only slaves would accept that. 69,000 employees. You gotta be smoking meth. You gotta be smoking meth. If you think I'm gonna stay at a job and cut, oh no. That I can die? There's not enough money that you could pay me. And this is what people are not saying. And this is, we're going to go straight into what is. People are accepting. They're saying like this, whatever salary that is, no matter if they're white collar, no matter if they're blue collar, this is what they're really saying. Whatever this job is paying me, it's worth my life. That's what they're saying. So say like they stayed there just for their regular pay without a 20% cut. Like say like they wasn't even cutting their pay, right? Whatever salary there is, that they're saying that salary is worth my life. That's what they're saying. Now you say they're taking 20% and they're not paying you till next year? No. Only slaves work for free. Debt to the slave, the debt matrix. You're slave to the debt matrix. Only slaves do that. So they can save the company or whatever. That's business. Well, okay. Hey, man, I'll do whatever, So like you just wanted a person that decided and your cut's not even paying. You just decided to do that. You're like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm here to do whatever I need to do. And then you're not, as long as you're paying me regular, but you cutting it? No. Yeah, let's answer some of these things before I'm gonna answer some questions in here. Mecca says cash is king. Cosmic Wisdom says those are all about GM workers, the various roles. Josh 2003 says my job is doing something similar to this. My position is paid via a state contract. Yeah. And if they cut your pay and tell you still have to stay there and work the same hours and do the exact same role, you're doing that because you're in debt. I would never do that. I'd quit. I wouldn't care if I was there 20 years. I was at this crazy seniority. No, I'm not. I would never. No, I quit. I'm not. I don't work for free. Mecca says GM balance sheets was never good before the outbreak. I'm here in Detroit. They was closing down plants left and right. They credit rating was low. I want to say it was a B-rated credit rating. And guess what? If GM goes under, if they actually went under, all those people ain't getting nothing. All that promise, no, you get nothing. People don't understand the world's changing right now. I'm telling you guys right now, the whole world is changing forever. The life before this whole outbreak, it's never going to be the same. Never. It's never going to be the same. I'm going to tell you guys something at the end of this video, because right now, most of you guys don't understand. This is a get out of debt free card right now. This is the get out of debt free card. Cosmic says salary people work from home and most don't have hourly pay. Many ways to work that. Well, I don't want people be thinking salary workers are somehow better than hourly workers because they used me. Okay, all my jobs used me. They got more work out of me than my salary. I know that for 100% fact. Sure did. Hyphy says the GM VPs aren't taking a pay cut or exposing themselves to the same risk as workers. Sounds like a scammer. Like, yeah, only hey, this is business. This is when people tie their personal feelings to their job. Oh man, I've been there for 30 years. You know, when you hear people proud about how long they've been at a job, it's like when you hear that, you got to ask them, hey man, do you like your job? But when they say, oh man, I've been here 30 years, I turn to them and say, how do you like your job? Do you like it? And if they turn to you and say, no, I don't, then you got to ask them, why are you saying how many years you've been at a place you hate? Mecca says, I'm an electrician and I was working at GM Proving Grounds. Were they two engineers and test cars out before it hits the market? Last year, they cut a lot of the top collar positions. Man, if they were in the red already, I feel sorry for those workers that are going to accept that pay cut. I really do. I feel sorry for them. Ooh, I feel sorry for them, man. Laura Vale, what's up? NC Big says, I'm getting my get out of debt card. You guys better listen to LJ. You better get it. Right now is the time. Right now is the time. Nobody will be turned down for Chapter 7. You lost your job. You lost this and that, whatever. Right now is the time. Right now. If you have a house, right now is the time to refinance your house. Not only because the rates are low, that you should refinance your house, okay, and pay off your student loans. Refinance your house, pay off your student loans. So if it gets worse and you lose everything, including your student loans. Student loans go bye-bye. See you later. I could tell you to the moon, to the cows come home. Nobody would do that anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm crazy. Oh man, that means I got to lose my house? Yeah, the one you don't even own? That one? That one, the one you don't even own. Yeah, that one. You lose it. You can't really lose anything you don't own, but yeah, that one. How many people think you think they're going to give up their house? No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm crazy. This is crazy talk. Cosmo says, I'm not saying one group is better than others, but I would just work 20% less. How would they know if the pay is a flat rate regardless of hours? No, I mean, I wasn't meaning that you were comparing the two. I was just saying what I used to think. I used to think salary workers were somehow better than hourly workers, when in my mind it's totally opposite, really. If I would have got paid every hour I worked on salary, I would have probably doubled my salary. Gabriel says, hello, SMD family. What's up, Gabriel? Ivy says, better if every GM worker threatened to strike. The Rosshold GM execs would cancel this pay cut quickly. Unfortunately, slaves don't play chess. No, they would never. Yeah, you're right, Hyphy. They would never do that. People like that, they don't stop and think, wow, man, why are they cutting our paychecks? You know, it's like, no, first tell me why you're cutting my paycheck. That's what I need to know. They don't even question it, and they just still do it. Nobody will stop and say, wait a minute. Okay, you saying what? Oh, well, tell me why. You got to tell me why you're cutting 20%. I know the coronavirus is out there, but why are you doing it? Don't worry about the coronavirus. Why are you doing it? Slaves don't talk like that. Gabriel says, thanks to LJ, I see how the economy works now. Yes, you do, Gabriel. Congratulations. The rest of your life, you were going to be free for the rest of your life. Congratulations, man. What's up, Bill Wills? All right, let's get to the second article. Okay, this is a short one. This is not that long. We're going to read through this one because they're pretty funny, man. I ain't gonna lie. These These car dealership things, man, these are funny. But I'm gonna read through it as normal, like the normal person would. Okay. All right. Deferred payments for current owners. Okay. We're doing what we can to help out the current owners who lose their jobs and are experience their jobs, our who lose their jobs or experience medically related hardships due to coronavirus before April 30th, 2020. With our goal health crisis relief program. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me just read through this because I'm trying to read what they're really saying. Okay. Global Health Crisis Program. Would you guys just make that up? Okay. Hyundai Motor Finance can defer up to 3 months payments in 1 month increments. Defer up to, so you got to call them every month. Okay. All right. Okay. Qualifications. Retail and lease customers who are no more than 90 days behind on their car payments. All right. I just did an article on that and told you about millions of people are 90 days plus. So they're out. No maximum monthly payment. Customers must show unemployment insurance documentation to prove loss of job. So they must, they must be on unemployment, maybe. Oh yeah, they must be unemployed. So they can pay that. Okay, gotcha. All right. Sorry, you guys think. Okay. Up to 6 months of payment relief. Okay, I thought you just said 90 days. Okay, that's different. All right. They say nothing is more important than family, especially in uncertain times. In response to the recent world events, we've taken steps to protect our family with Hyundai Insurance. So we're covering up to 6 months of payments for Hyundai owners who purchased or leased a Hyundai vehicle between March 14th and April 30th. Leased one. Oh, they're talking about right recently. So we're covering up to 6 months of payments for. Oh, they trying not to get you. Oh my goodness gracious! Saying basically you don't have to pay. Oh, if you just bought this car and lost your job, instead of you turning it in, they're giving you 6 months of payment relief. I don't know what that means, but if you believe in that, you better look into that deep. Okay, 4 months deferred payments. All right, you guys are talking 3 different things here. Okay. At least deferred payments for current owners, up to 6 months relief, 4 months deferred payment. Because we believe in making things better for our customers in these challenging times, we are offering 0 APR financing and 4 months of deferred payments on select new Hyundais. Oh my God. Oh, they are just giving people the shovel to dig themselves deeper in debt. So they got something for current owners now. So they're saying we can kick your payments 90 days and then up to 6, nothing more than a certain time. And if you just bought your car and it's the 27th, they know those people right there are freaking terrified. Just leased or purchased a car and they lost their job because of the coronavirus. They know those people must be scared out of their minds because they can't make that new car payment. They say, hey, if you did this, don't worry about it for 6 months. We're just going to move it to the back end. Ooh. Oh, they do people in debt so dirty. Oh, they do you guys so dirty. Ooh. God, that is horrible. Our carb says deferred payments for loan owners. Yep, deferred sounds just like student loan deferred payments. Same thing. Management don't have unions. People think, and so crazy. I remember when I was in the debt matrix, I really thought unions meant something. I really did. This is what weird about unions. Okay, I'm not knocking unions, whatever. You come into a job and they have a union, you must pay union dues whether you want to be with that union or not. If you can't just walk and say I don't want to be with that union, and then they say okay, well I have to be with the union. I have to be with the union, yes. And so guess what else you have to do? You have to pay. It's like what? It makes no sense. When you get out of debt, you can see that, but it's like whoa, that never made sense to me. That people think unions really protect them. I guess I don't know. Cosmic says it seems even people that are still working seem to think it's okay not to pay their obligations on time. Yeah, but you got to remember, Cosmic, this is bigger. All right, this is really bigger than everything. If they didn't do these things, we would have pure chaos. People in debt are broke and they don't even know they're broke. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to tell you guys something. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings don't include things with you and the bank's name on it. Don't include that. Okay. All right. Add up all your savings, but add it with you and the bank's name on it. Add that in the debt column, not the savings column. Add anything with your name on it and the bank's name on it. Put that in the debt side and then add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. And if you don't even know that number, ooh. Money doesn't exist for you. And if they didn't do the things they're doing, pushing mortgages back, lowering loan prices, lowering home loan prices, lowering gas. What else are they doing? What else are they doing? What else are they doing? The car thing, hold back 6 months. I see on TV now, they have 60-month financing right now, 0 interest, 0 payments for 60 months. They're just, it's bad, man. It is bad. If they didn't do that, people would, they don't know they're broke, right? They don't even know they're broke. And if they didn't do all this stuff, man, we would have rioting in the streets. They would have had to call martial law, been called it. Imagine those things are as if, remember the movie Titanic? And then they were playing the music on the Titanic. That's the music. While the Titanic's going down, that's the music. And I'm only talking financially, okay? And I don't want you to misinterpret me thinking that I'm saying it's a bad thing that is happening. Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that is the way it must be. Okay, that's how it is. That's the music. They're sending out the stimulus check. Okay, I know what they're doing. Okay, cool. I know why you guys sending out the stimulus checks. I know exactly why they're sending them out. But this is all you got to do. Say, if you got a $1,200 check, this is what I want you to do. $1,200 minus your student loan, your total student loan, equals how much money your stimulus check really is. I'm going to say that one more time. Your $1,200 stimulus check minus, I'm just saying student loans because millions of people got student loans. You can enter anything you want here, credit cards, car debt, collections, whatever. But right now we're going to plug in student loan debt. So you go $1,200 minus your student loan debt equals how much your stimulus check really is. Now, this is going to be hard for you to soak in, to absorb, right? You're going to say, wait a minute, what? I can cash a check. I saw it. Did you really see it? Did you see cash or did you see digital numbers on a computer screen? Which one did you see? It's a hard pill to swallow. Black Knight says a majority of the GM employees that work on the assembly line could be replaced with someone off the street within 96 hours. There is a big difference between the skills of a mechanic and an assembler. You're right. And guess what, Black Knight? There are plenty of people in debt. It's a double-edged sword, baby. Double-edged sword. This is why I work so hard at this. This is why I work so hard at this. You know why? Because there is no going back. There is no going back. There is no more 40-hour work weeks. There is no 40-hour work weeks. No, I don't care if you really nobody's watching you. No, you're still an employee. As long as you're an employee, it doesn't matter. Because I guarantee you this, whatever they're paying you is not enough. When it's unlimited, money's unlimited. You know how hard it would be for me to get a job now? Because I would walk on the job and say, you're not paying me that. You're paying me at the top of the scale. They'll say, no, we're not, because we can get somebody 2-3 times better than you for a quarter of the cost. What you think a business person's going to do? They're going to get the person that's going to accept less. That's just business. Mecca says they still charging interest. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Interest doesn't, because you notice that, Mecca, they didn't mention anything about stopping interest. Did you know that? People don't know that. People in debt have no idea. You know why? Because they're in a panic. Yeah, Will says Hyundai doesn't want those leased vehicles back on their lots. Sure don't. They don't want them worthless, depreciating objects back on their lot. They got rid of that junk. And you know what's so funny? When people let their cars go, when people let their cars go, right? They bring it back to the car lot, like the dealership that they bought it from still own it. No, they sold it to you. The bank paid them. Now it's yours. That's between you and the bank. People be going back to their dealerships. Hey man, I don't want your car. It's not our car, it's your car. Cosmic Wisdom says, guys, you see, now it is not the time to make big purchases. These cars are going to drop in price in 9 to 12 months. Whew. Hey, Cosmic, you're missing this. Hey, check this out. I almost forgot this part. So this is what I want you to do. Okay. Listen, if this is you, take the time, and I'm gonna drop a gem on you so you can understand. Take your feelings out of your money. It's just business. Just business. Okay. I want you to do this. I want you to go check the value of your car. Go to kellybluebook.com or carfax.com, whatever, right? And check the value on your car. And then when you're done checking the value, seeing how much your car is worth. And then I want you to log into your account and check the balance, or call whoever owns your car, whatever, check the balance. And then I want you to compare the two. So if your car's worth $5,000 and you owe $10,000, this is what I'm telling you to do. Let that car go. Let it get repossessed. Now I know you're thinking, oh my God, what about my credit? You have no money. Why are you worried about your credit when you have no money? So don't worry about that. Don't worry about the credit part, right? Let that car go. But check it out. They're not going to pick it up to probably next year. Nobody's working to push the paperwork through to get the car repossessed. Nobody's there to push the paperwork through at all. Nobody's there. There are going to be millions of people that stop paying their car note. Some by choice and some by force. But it's going to happen. It's not going to stop. They got a lot of cars to pick up. You could just save all that money right now. And then come around August, September, cars are going to be rock bottom prices. Rock bottom. People are going to get that classic car they've always wanted that was worth $100,000. They're going to get it for $25,000 now, if that. Everything, you guys don't understand, the whole world is changing. Everything is changing. It's never going back to before. If you think, hey man, I can't wait till we get back to normal. What normal? What normal are you talking about? Your normal? You can forget about that, cat. But what you don't see right now, if you just stop looking at the news, stop hearing your friends get jibber jab about it every single second of the day, you can stop and look back and say, wait a minute. Let me listen to LJ. He said something. I can do something here. Right now is your get out of debt free card right now. You don't even have to wait like I did. You don't even have to wait. Guaranteed chapter 7. Guaranteed. You lose your job, all your money's gone. You ain't been making payments in over a year. Guaranteed chapter 7. Get out of debt free. Period. You let all that junk go. Boom. Let it go. Everything I'm telling you is legal, so don't even worry about it. It's legal. You can do this. Right at that moment, you can say, I am worth 0. Now, I know that sounds crazy, huh? What if I told you, people in debt, if I came up to you and said, hey, man, you know how much my net worth is? And I said 0, you think I was crazy. Then I would turn to you and say, hey, how much debt are you in? And you don't even know, you're under 0. You should be happy to be at 0. NC Big says they're offering online purchases now too, and they will deliver to your house just to get you in debt. And I'm sure they will add that cost some online delivery cars or something. You saying? Mecca says I'm in the union. It has its ups and downs like everything else, but being in a union is better than not being in one. Now, Mecca, this channel is unlike any other, okay? I want you to understand that. So anything I say, I don't want you to take offense to it, okay? But what you just said right there, only people in debt care about that kind of stuff. I'm in a union. It's better than not being in one. It's like, okay, why? Why is it not better to be in a union? Why? Oh, they protect you more. They got your back. If a manager this and that and bloggity blah. It's like, what? I have all that myself. I have all that in myself. I don't need somebody to protect me from anything. If I go to a job and a manager or a boss starts talking to me disrespectfully, you know what I say? Don't talk to me like that. Else I quit. If a manager or boss comes into the job and he's like, oh, and he has a bad day and he might have had a fight with his wife and all this, I don't care. That's personal. Don't bring that to work. Hey, man, you must be mad at your wife. Yeah, you're not talking to me like that. That's I quit. I'm my own union. I don't need to pay nobody to do it. And again, the union thing didn't make any sense to me. How you gonna force me to pay something that I had no choice but to join? That doesn't make any sense. I would never accept that, ever. Nobody will ever make me do that. What's up, the Scout? What's up? How you doing, man? Appreciate you jumping on. Thank you, sir. Man, I appreciate the email today, man. That's a very powerful email, man. Those are the kind of emails that just let me know that I'm doing something right. It lets me know. Man, that thing be going fast. Okay. Jared J says, my lady friend told me last night she owes up to 40K in student loans, and it's unfair to pay back imaginary money. I told her, have a good night. See what I'm saying? They want to blame somebody. They want to blame somebody. It's unfair. What do you mean unfair? You signed it? What are you talking about? They never question why that money's so easy to get, because you're going to be a slave until you pay every penny back. I had to pay back every single penny of my student loan debt. No free ride. Nobody's going to, I guarantee you, with all this going on in coronavirus, I guarantee you no student loan debt in any amount will ever be forgiven. They will never release that many of their slaves. So forget about it. Stop complaining about it. Stop saying how unfair it is. Stop hoping some politician comes along and wipes it out. You are the only one that can get rid of that, okay? You. The sooner you accept it, the sooner you will be free. So stop. Only people in student loan debt have student loan debt. Gabriel says they should make your bank account and how much they should make your bank account in how much money you like. If $30,000 in debt and in their bank accounts, if it shows they not be in debt, they should make your account, your bank account. And how, I don't understand what you're saying. Gabriel says they are absolutely killing the game. They are killing the game. But anybody can be part of the game, Gabriel. You can be, Gabriel, you are now included in the game because you speak the language. Everybody can be part of they, okay? What's up, Dale? One of my very good friends. Going to love the coming storm. Cash is now king. It sure is. Cash is king. Cash is king. Believe that. Gabriel says, I can't wait to the value on the car drops to go get a deal. Oh, you're going to get a screaming deal. Cash is king, man, for real, not credit. Nope. Credit doesn't exist and never has existed, but it's going to exist. Pay attention to this though, Gabriel. Credit is going to be the most available right now than ever before. They got home business loans coming out. Car loan places are extending credit, putting back stuff. They're freezing student loan interest. They're not letting you pay your student loans for 6 months. They're just, oh man, they're just doing it up. They're just, hey, here's a shovel. Here are people in debt. Here's a shovel. They're going to say, what's that for? That's to dig yourself deeper in debt. Here, take it. Take it. What do you mean take it? You want me to take off the interest on that student loan? Yeah, here. Here. You want to stop paying? You want to stop paying your student loans for 6 months? Yeah, here's the shovel. You're gonna be like, I don't get it. What do you mean? Why am I doing this? Don't worry about that. Just keep digging. Scout says, friend of mine just bought a new car days ago. My mouth dropped, LJ. Had to shut my mouth. Was too late. You can't. They lowered. Listen, this is what they're doing. They lowered the interest rate on loans. They're low. Gas is cheap. So the people in debt, they go, hey, man, I can get rid of this old car and I can get 0% finance into 72 months and gas is cheap and we can push our payments back. The car dealerships are not only doing longer leases, but they're offering 3 months deferred payments now. They're just here's the shovel, here. And they're taking it like, does this come? This shovel comes with a new car. Here. They're going to be like, what does a shovel have to do with a new car? Don't worry about that. Here, just put it in the back seat. It's not the same color as my car. Don't worry about that. You're going to get it dirty anyway. Here. Whew. Dark Man says you can write out student loans with Chapter 7. Nope, you cannot. Nope. You can wipe out everything else. Imagine this. If you wiped out everything else, and all you had left was student loan, you know how fast you could pay that student loan off? Just like that. NC Big says, yeah, GM will deliver cars to your house now because the coronavirus. I bet you they will deliver those cars. You better believe it. They got to get somebody. They got to get somebody to deliver them. That person, whoever that is getting paid probably less to go out in the coronavirus to deliver cars. You see what I'm saying? Gabriel says, fact, if you had just $5, you are richer than 50% of Americans. That's crazy. $1. What do you mean $5? $1. 25 cents. 1 penny. If you hold that up to somebody that's, say like there's somebody deep in student loan debt and car loan debt and credit card debt and whatever other debt, and you walked up to them and said, hey, this penny in my hand represents how much richer I am than you, they wouldn't even understand what the hell you're talking about. A penny? I'm worth more than that. No, you're not. You're so buried deep in debt, you have no idea. 1 penny. They would think you are freaking nuts. You're not richer than me in 1 penny. You see my house? You see my car? Oh, man. Cosmic Wisdom says that is right. That's right, Gabriel. If you saw the chart I had, so sad, but now you know why everyone is excited about the check. I, as usual, won't be getting one. Dale says when real estate values plummet, the tax revenue government depends on will shrink too. Yeah, goodbye services, no jobs equals no income tax revenue to pay the interest on the national debt. U.S. Chapter 7. Black Knight says no one can make you join a union. You can always elect not to work in a closed shop or plant. Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying certain jobs, if you want this particular job, they're just going to tell you, because a lot of people need jobs. So they're just going to accept that because they're in debt and they need the job. So they're going to accept it. Damn, bug. I had to come all the way over here. All right. Scout says, come on, folks. Let's get, oh man, this freaking bug. Get these likes up. Thank you. Appreciate it, Scout. Power and strategy. What about the program that says that where you work for the government for a period of time, they forgive the debt? Only slaves would ever do that. That's a good question, Power Strategies. And this is what I want you to do. This is how I always try to get people to think, to help open their eyes. Okay, so say like, now the program that you're referring to is the student loan, one of the student loan forgiveness programs, all right? Those things last from 10 to 25 years, but let's just go with the 10-year one. The 10-year one seems to be the standard, okay? They tell you where to work, how long you're going to work for, and how much you're going to work for, okay? How much you're going to work for, where you're going to work, and how long you're going to work there, and you got to make these payments on time, and you better follow all the rules during that 10-year time span. Now, I just did a video talking about how they only forgave maybe 1% of the student loans last year, maybe 2%, something like that. 99% of the people got denied, 92, 99, 97, something like that. High 90s got denied. So look at it this way. Say like you had $50,000 in student loan debt, right? By doing a student loan forgiveness program, this is what you're saying. You're saying, out of 10 years of my life, I'm not going to make $50,000. Out of 10 years of my life, I don't believe in myself enough to know that I will not make $50,000 out of 10 years of my life. All you got to do to divide that up and see how much that's per year. Divide 50,000 up by 10 years and see how much that is per year. And what you're saying per year, you don't think you believe you will ever make that amount per year for 10 years. That's what you're saying. People fall for that all the time. Oh man, I'm in that student loan forgiveness program. You know, they promise nothing. And the people say like those few sprinkle through and get forgiven, right? Guess who's waiting for them? The IRS. You got to pay taxes on that forgiven money. The IRS is going to be waiting for you on the other side. They're like, hey, yeah, we saw that your student loans got forgiven. Yeah, so now you owe us tax on the forgiven amount. Man, 10 years? No, pay them off. Dale, that won't happen. I don't even have enough text to type why Google Opportunity Zones commercial may be down, but not all real estate. Cosmic, you know what? When I hear you saying not all real estate, yes, it's going to be all real estate, because if nobody can work, that means nobody has money to buy anything. If nobody has any money to buy anything, Nothing survives. Nothing survives. I'm telling you guys right now, every single thing in the economy is going to change. It's never going to be like what you thought it was before this coronavirus. I keep telling people that nothing's going to be the same. If you thought real estate was to happen in hot stuff, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Unless you got cash to buy up real estate, that's the only time it's hot for you. But if you don't have the money to buy it in cashola, no, you're wrong. Jared says, I've been getting lots of calls from people who are scared financially and broke. They're avoiding the news because they get depressed. LJ is right. When you're debt free, this is come up. This is come up time. Yeah, this is come up time. And you know what's so crazy, Jared? People need to stop watching. I don't watch the news. I don't watch it. If I hear the president's going to come on and say something, I want to hear what he's going to declare, do, because that really means something. When he declares something or says something, that means then you go and look what that something. I go and look what that something is. So then I look and see how it's going to affect the reaction to this change. It's very different. The change is very different for those in debt versus those who are not in debt. Those changes are very different for me. I'm not in debt. But when you're in debt, it affects you in a certain way, a different way. Cosmic says, Hyphy, you tuning in into me reading all the economic reports. Power and Strategy said, what's the catch? What's the catch to what? Power and Strategy? What's the catch to what? Gabriel says, yeah, I read it. Hyphy, it's interesting. Scout says, question, of the money we have saved, is there a % we should have in cash on hand? In your opinion, I would have as much cash as I could possibly have. I would have as much cash as I could possibly have right now. Cashola, baby. Much as you can. Much as you can. Because if something changes, and which, check this out, if something changes and the banks call in all those loans, because we're at that point, this is nothing, everything's going to change, anything's possible. If something changes forces the banks to call in their loans, guess what? Guess what? All those lines of credit, all that available credit is going to be sliced in half, cut off. Faucet is going to be like, they do that, everybody's going to make a run for the banks. They're going to be like, oh, crap, all my credit's gone. I need cash. And then banks do what's called fractional reserve banking, where they only have to keep 10% of the actual money and loan out the rest. If everybody makes a run for the banks, the banks are going to run out of money. They're going to call those loans, and this is going to be a cyclone effect. And guess what? If you ain't got no cash, good luck. All the ATMs are going to be empty. You can't even walk into the bank's lobby right now because of coronavirus. Everything's changing. This is what I suggest right now. Okay, this is what I suggest. While everybody's waiting for this checks, it's going to be a relief and blah, giddy, blah. That's a freaking smoke screen. Okay. I suggest during the good times right now, you go to the bank and start pulling out some money, some cash. You don't need a lot because you can't go anywhere. Don't worry about that. You don't really need a lot. I'm saying, not okay. Let me take that back. You don't need a lot of cash. Okay. You just need some. All right. Because you can't go anywhere. Everybody's going to be quarantined. You ain't got no place to spend it. Damn, that's almost like, you know what? It's really leading to, is cash even? This is making me think, hold up. Is cash even anything right now? Now, I'm gonna walk through this with you guys so you guys can understand why I'm saying this. Okay. You can't go anywhere. No places are open. You can't spend it. Everybody's at home. Nobody's buying and spending anything because they can't. Utility places are holding back. Banks are letting people defer their mortgage payments, defer their car payments. They're going to get the stimulus check and they're going to realize everything's deferred. They don't have to pay any interest. No, not even their student loans. Don't have to worry about penalties on anything. Mm. Then they're going to spend that stimulus check inside the economy because they'll believe they have the money to do so. Then when that money runs out, what happens when that money runs out? What happens when that money runs out? When that money runs out, people are going to start selling stuff. His money, and then money, cash will be good because you'll be able to buy everything at half or a quarter of the price. If you have the cash, the only reason why I say it would be a good time to have cash, because when people run out of money, they're going to be selling everything for a quarter of the price. That's the only reason why, because you can come up. All right. Gabriel says, I want to see how the economy is going to be just a month. Oh man, this ain't stopping until next year. I want you guys to understand that forget about the rest of the year. It's going to be just like this through the rest of the year. But check this out. People, when they get that little $1,200, $2,400 that stimulus check, you think that's going to last to the end of the year? No, it's not. Even check this out. Even when they don't have to pay anything, no mortgage, no car note, no student loans, nobody's coming after you for anything. People in debt will believe they have extra money, and then they're going to spend it. So we're in March. We probably get those checks in April. And you got to remember, not everybody's getting the checks. So their chaos has already started. Okay. Not everybody's getting those checks. People that make a lot of money, they're not getting them. They're in debt too. All right. So don't forget those people that make too much money. They're going to be on chaos mode before the people with the stimulus checks. Okay. So it's going to start with them. It's going to start with the high paid earners, with the 25-year-old student loans they're deep in debt, double their salaries. Just because they got big salaries don't mean anything. All right. Don't worry about that. They're going to be the first. They're probably already mad. Don't even realize they probably make 100,000, 150,000 mad because they can't get a stimulus check. They never stopping to think, like, why am I mad at that I'm not going to get $1,200 when I make $200,000 a year? Why am I mad because I'm not going to get $1,200? Because you're in debt. That's why you're mad. Dark Man says, well, the priority of my debt is student loans. Oh, the majority of my debt is student loans. Oh, well, back to the payoff grind for me. Oh, yeah, you ain't getting out of student loans. Do whatever. Right now, honestly, Dark Man, right now, if you have money and a job, which most people don't, right now would be the exact best time to pay off your student loans. You know why? Because they are frozen. Your student loans are frozen. They're not earning interest. You don't have to make payments, no penalties. They're just sitting there. But they still allow you to pay them off. Right now would be the time to do it if you had the money. The best move right now, anybody could do right now, is refinance their house and pay off their student loans right now. Oh, this thing went fast up there. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. 5,000 a year. Yep. Okay. So that's what you're saying when you say stuff like that. Or when people accept student loan forgiveness program, because again, student loan forgiveness programs, they don't even promise that they're going to forgive you. They forgive the loans. They don't even promise you that. And you better not mess up one time inside of that whole 10 years, or because all the interest still accrues. When you're in a 10-year program, all that interest still accrues. It's still adding up, trapping you even more. And you get to the end and they say no, all that interest is still there. And then you know what people do? They reapply for the program again. That is just the craziest. Oh my God. Cosmic says, so you are saying this virus is going to be forever and nobody will work. It will change, but there will always be money to be made. No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying this virus has changed the economy forever. Our economy will never, ever be the same, ever. This virus, that the virus won't be here forever. The virus has changed our economy forever. It will never be the same. There will always be money there will always be money to be made because the central banks exist. And the United States they don't control the Federal Reserve, okay? The United States government does not control the Federal Reserve. So that's why there will always be money. Gabriel says, what you think is going to change, LJ? I see, if I had some money, I would invest in like healthcare stuff, all healthcare related, because that's going to be paramount for at least the next 10 years. At least. Nobody wants this to ever happen again. That will be paramount. That will be first. They will always have priority, at least for the next 10 years, guaranteed. A lot of small businesses are not going to recover from this. They're out. A lot of small businesses that will take people up on the small business loans, they're just, here's another shovel. Here you go. Here's a shovel. They're going to think it's going to save them. It's not going to save them. I guarantee you they were already in debt before this epidemic happened. And now they're going to get themselves out. They're going to get themselves back into business by getting in more debt. It doesn't make any sense, but here you go. Here's the shovel. Here you go. Mecca says all these program incentives the government offer on the news are not even written in stone. It's really all talk. Oh, they're gonna make it happen because the economy must live on. It has to. Okay, so they're gonna get anything. You see how things are going through the House and Congress. You lickety split, because that affects everybody. You can't have the majority running amok and just tearing up stuff, stealing stuff. You know, once you get you're messing with, this is messing with people's lives. They're not just going to say, oh, okay, well, I can't steal and loot and all that will happen if they don't keep sprinkling, if they don't keep playing the music on the Titanic. That'll cause panic. Power and Strategy says the student loan forgiveness program, you already answered. Okay. Power and Strategy says, what do you say to those people that said debt as its good aspects? This is what I say. When people use adjectives to describe debt as good or bad, I wonder, why are they doing that? Why are they describing debt? It's good for who? You? One thing might be good for another person, might be exactly the opposite for another person, right? It just doesn't. Debt is just debt, right? If you're out of debt and you're acquiring debt to acquire businesses on the business side, I guess you can consider that good debt, but somebody could be doing that wrong on the business side. So it would be bad debt for another person. Debt is just debt. So whenever I hear somebody describe it, in my mind, I just go, oh, okay, you think it's bad? All right, it's bad. Is it good? Oh, okay, it's good. Some people think a mortgage is good debt. Some people think student loans is good debt because they can write off the interest. It counts on who you're talking to, because anybody that tells you good debt, if somebody says, hey, Linnell, this is good debt, the first thing I'm going to ask is, can I see your credit report? If I see the person's personal credit report, not the credit score, the whole credit report, it will tell me why they thought this particular debt is good or bad. That will tell me everything I need to know. Scout says, LJ, that's exactly what I was thinking with cash grab. Oh, grab some cash. And also, it won't be worth nothing if it becomes mayhem. It's barely worth anything right now, honestly. It really is barely worth anything right now, because you can't go spend it. There's nothing open for you to go and spend. You can't even get next to people. So in actuality, it's really not worth anything right now at this particular moment. Black Knight says Cosmic is correct. People are saying the same thing, and during every economic turndown, the U.S. economy will rebound within the next 48 months. You know what, Black Knight, I don't know why you guys are saying that. When's the last time we had a virus that was killing people? You cannot compare this economy downturn with any other before it, except way back in the 30s with the plague and all that stuff. Nothing before this economy. You can't compare 2008 with this. No, 2008 didn't kill anybody. People were probably killing themselves, but a virus wasn't killing. This is a virus. This is worldwide. This is people look at our US economy like, oh man, we can get this US economy. What do you mean? It's worldwide. We are connected with everybody. This is a virus. You cannot compare this with anything before it. You let me know which economy that you can compare to the coronavirus. I'm all ears. I'm ready to listen. Ivy says Kelly Blue Book is useless if you don't take it into consideration current economics. Your true vehicle Blue Book value is only worth the someone is willing to pay for it and the person selling it. What someone is willing to pay for it. I don't look in Kelly Blue Book. I just go, hey man, you selling that car? Yeah. Why are you selling it? As soon as they tell me a sob story of why, oh man, I'm in debt, I'm getting a divorce, I'll be like, I'll be over there. See you in a minute. Charles 2003 says, they have us working from home with my job. These are some interesting times we live in. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who's still got a job, especially remote. Please don't think I'm knocking a job. All I'm saying is I'm not working for free. That's all. Oh, you cutting my pay? Oh yeah, I quit. Why are you quitting? You just told me you cut my pay, right? Yeah, that's why I quit. Why are you asking me why I'm quitting? That's a dumb question. Hold on, you guys. Gabriel says, bro, I learned more here than ever in school. Thanks, LJ. Man, you're welcome, Gabriel. And you know what's so funny, Gabriel? All I'm doing is stating the obvious. That's it. Now, I'm not doing anything fancy. There is nothing. When you get out of debt, I'm not even bragging. I can see everything, okay? This right here is unlike anything you will ever experience again in this freaking century. Neka says, I called my student loan holders about the interest on the student loans being suspended for this time because Trump said it would. They told me, nope, they still charging me $13.65 a day. I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. I know what they're supposed to do, but if nobody's there to enforce it, then what? They will never release that many of their slaves so easily from just debt. The only way you get out of that nonsense, pay those student loans off, man. Nothing compares. I don't care who tells you what stock earns interest faster than the student loan debt. Are they this is what they're missing to factor in this equation. If you ever have somebody come up to you and say, hey man, you should invest in this because the interest rate on this and your interest on your student loans are so small compared to this, you can take this and pay for that. And then you got to say, is that factored in for me having a student loan for 10 years? Is that factored in too? No stock on the stock market will ever catch you up with you on that student loan. The only person that's going to pay those student loans off fast is you. Dark Man says, LJ, my loan qualifies for the payment freeze. Thanks for letting me know that when it comes to paying it off. Yeah, don't use that. The Scout says, though this is a problematic situation for most, much love to us that have the foresight to look ahead. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah, exactly. If I was in debt right now, man, I'd be so scared right now. I'd be scared. If I was deep in debt, lost my job, I would be terrified. Black Knight says, I thought Trump was was only talking about federal student loans, not private loans. He is only talking about federal student loans. He's not talking about private loans. Nope. He sure is not. Nope. Ivy says, I wouldn't accept a stimulus check for 1,200 or 120,000. Who do you ultimately think pays the stimulus money? Taxpayers. Behind a stimulus check comes inflation. Keep it and flush it scam thing. You're talking crazy talk, Hyphy. You're talking crazy. Okay, you're talking crazy talk. There you go. There you go. Rambling off, talking about who pays that. We end up paying it and inflation. You're talking crazy talk. Okay, that's free money, Hyphy. Free. No strings attached. None. Not to me. No strings attached to me. Or people like me, debt-free people, there's no strings attached to that check. Only to people in debt. You guys are going to pay for that check, not me. You're probably thinking, what do you mean, LJ? Everybody got to pay taxes. Yeah, everybody got to pay taxes, but not the same way. People not in debt, they pay taxes differently than people in debt. Okay, everybody pays taxes. That's the law. Okay? Cosmic says, man, RIP to those small restaurants. Hope some of my favorites make it through. Pour a little wine on their floor. You know what, Cosmic? It all counts on if they've been running in debt. If they've been running in debt, bye-bye. You're not coming back from this one. Sorry. You better believe it. A virus? Sorry. Restaurants? Sorry. People can't even gather, and people can never gather again until the antidote to this coronavirus is going to be out. That's the only time they can return to a bunch of people being around each other. Goodbye. You're never coming back forever. You're gone. Especially if you're in debt. You think another small business loan is going to help you out? No, it's going to dig you deeper. Goodbye. Cosmic says, I'm looking at the economy. I'm looking at what the economy did in the Spanish flu, and that killed 20% of the world's population. I got to read about that. Gabriel says, for real, man, the coronavirus is real, and my friends say that the flu is more dangerous. The flu killed a lot of people last year. It did. It killed a lot of people. Killed a lot of people. Weak immune systems. I mean, I'm sure any all you got to do is turn up because it can't kill everybody. We can't kill everybody. That will never happen. Okay, we kill us to non-existence. No, that won't happen. Power and Strategy says, do you think when this virus is over, the rush to spend will fix the damage done to the economy? Tell you what, Power and Strategy, this is what this is going to do, because let me tell you something. This is not going to even start to heal until 2021. Okay. That's when it's going to start. That's when it's going to start to 2021. And we're in March. This is going to sift out all the fakers. It got the water's got too muddy with people, with all the financial gurus, the financial smart people, all this. They know this about stock market and this and that. No, this is going to sift all through those fakers. All the people in debt, you're getting sifted through. All the people that have been living on credit and faking other people, they're going to be exposed now. You're going to see them. They're going to be naked. Then most people have this. If you see for what it is and know that you just got this get out of debt free card, the economy will be different for you. The recovery time is going to be hard, but if you're in debt, it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder when you're in debt. When you get out of debt, you can see how it truly works. There's two economies. I'm gonna reiterate this to you guys. There are two. There's one you can see, and then there's one you can't see. If you've been in debt all your life, you only see one. And that's the only one you will see until you are dead. If you made up in your mind that you'll never pay off your student loans, that's the economy you will live in. That is the economy you will die in. Gabriel said, oh, Cosmic Wisdom says, is it Gabriel? The flu was killing for decades. Yeah, I think it still kills people every year too. Every year like clockwork. But we've accepted that cancer's killing people. We don't have a cure for cancer. Cancer's still killing people. Why are people? We just got used to cancer just hanging around. Hey man, he got cancer and died. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, it's just part of life. No, it's not. No, it's not part of life. Says who? Says who? Dark Man says, I think they're making this coronavirus situation more than what it is. Of course, it's a cause for concern, but to stop the whole economy for it, something is fishy. I mean, if you knew, you sure wouldn't be telling anybody else. You'll vanish. You'd vanish if you knew. Yes, no, what it really was for. Bloggity blah. You'd vanish if you opened your mouth. Guaranteed, you'd vanish. Whatever's fishy, you'll never know. When you're on the outside of the debt matrix, I see trillions of dollars passing between central banks. That's what I see. I see trillions of dollars passing between the central banks in every part of the freaking country. That's what I see. Where do you think all this money comes from? The central banks. Gabriel says, Cosmic, this virus is projected to affect half of Americans. Gabriel says, Cosmic, you will have lung problems for the rest of your life after your effect is cured. I don't know. Mecca says, ULJ, I'm putting everything on my student. Oh, ULJ, I'm putting everything on my student loans to pay them off. I got to get out of it. It's going to take me about 5 years. It's worth it. It's worth it's worth it, man. I'm telling you, I might take my payoff letter and go buy a gold picture frame for it, solid gold, and hang it right in the foyer of my house. And when everybody walk in, they're going to look up and they're going to be like, what is that? That doesn't look like a degree. That doesn't look like some kind of Harvard degree or some kind of degree. What is that? I'm going to say it's a student loan payoff letter. Have you ever seen one in anybody's house? Nope. I know you haven't. There's mine. Kept mine for 10 years. They were like, 10 years? Yeah, and I only went to college for 4. Yeah. I'm going to say that out loud. I only went to college for 4 years, but I kept my student loan for 10 years. Yep, sure was. That's why it's up on that wall. It's the most expensive piece of paper that I will ever buy in my life. Right there. Look at it. Cosmic says, we all got to die at some time. Living is a risky business. I'm not downplaying this virus, but look at the past pandemics. I'm a relook at them. I'm just saying only a virus can change the economy. I'm just saying right out loud, only a virus could change the whole economy. Mecca says, you are correct, LJ. I'm throwing everything. Oh, did I already said that, didn't I? Okay. What happened? Oh, this. Gabriel says, people didn't take this virus and look what happened. Didn't take this virus and look what happened. And people are still complaining about why they can't go to the beach. I know they're not taking it serious. It's just spreading it. Cosmic Wisdom says, true night. They don't want to know. Cosmic says, but okay. Power and Strategy says, so what do you suggest we do to survive in the meantime? Keep all your money. Anything you're making payments on, stop. Especially if you're behind on anything, there's no reason to keep doing it. Stop. Ain't nobody repossessing anything anytime soon. There's nobody working to repossess anything. So don't even worry about it. Nobody's repossessing nothing. You are good to 2021. You're good. Scout says, LJ, you know my financial situation. I don't have far to go, and already visualize it being gone. Then having opportunity to work with you once I'm free, man. I'm looking forward to working with you, Ken. I really am. I really am, man. I saw you disappear for a while, came back. I was like, cool, But I know you were. I'm ready to show you what's on the other side of zero. I really am. LJ says, I'm going to do the same thing when I pay mine off. I'm having a huge party. You better believe it, Mecca. That's something to be proud, because I look at the economy collectively now instead of individually. So soon as this is how you should look at it when you're thinking about paying off your student loans. There are trillions of dollars in student loan debt. Trillions. That's 45 million people. You pay your student loans off, that will immediately set you ahead of 45 million people that have not. You'll be financially ahead of all of them. Financially ahead, just like that. Just like that. Because I guarantee you this, anybody that has student loans older than their children, they have other debt. That's the reason why they keep their student loans for 25 years. 20 years, 10 years, because they have other debt. That's just a dead giveaway. That's a dead, hey man, how long you've had your student loans? 10 years? That tells me everything I need to know about their personal finances. Because that makes absolutely no sense. Why would you do that? Because you're in debt with other stuff. If that was their only debt, they would have been paid it off. They would have been like, oh, that's my only debt. Yeah, I'm gonna pay it off. But since they have that, they don't believe they'll ever pay it off. And guess what? They just put it in the rest, and then they stack up debt, just stack it all up. Ivy says, damn, it just hit me. I'd rather hang a student loan payoff letter over a college degree. The college degree doesn't guarantee a job or positive net worth. Nothing. It doesn't guarantee anything. That's why my degree it's folded up in that nice little, that thing they give you when you graduate, like it looks all fancy to fold your degree in there. It's been in a box ever since. I didn't hang it up. I didn't. But a student loan payoff letter? Oh man. If I still had a job, in my cubicle, I should have did that. Damn it, I should have did that. I should have framed that student loan payoff letter and brought it to my job and hung it in my cubicle. And then let everybody walk into my cubicle and be like, what's that? That's a student loan payoff letter. Sure is. You like it? Have you ever seen one? No, you probably not. I'm sure you haven't. Look at it. It says 0. Watch him just gaze. Oh my God. Wow. That is wow. Yeah, I know. Look at it. Gabriel says, man, I love being debt free. I love it. I love it. I was prepared for this, man. I was prepared for this. I didn't know this was coming. Didn't know this was coming. Scout says, LJ, hope this isn't a dumb question. What about payments like car insurance, phone bills? Do you suggest stop payment? No, I don't suggest it. Well, I pay my phone bill by the year, so I don't even think about that. Car insurance, I have a paid off car, so I have to pay my car insurance. So I still pay my car insurance. I'm talking about like credit cards, non-essential things, credit cards, loans, mortgages, stuff like that. That's all I'm talking about. Especially if you have an FHA mortgage, 9 times out of 10, you're never gonna own that house. Never. Never. If you have an FHA mortgage and you don't know what your payoff date is down to the month and year, that means you're never paying that house off. Never. I guarantee you this, somebody that has made up their mind right now that they're paying off their mortgage, they know exactly what the day and the month and the year that house will be paid off. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Mecca says, I talk about paying off student loan. I talk about paying my student loans off, and people think I'm crazy. They say they're never going to pay off their student loans. I say, wow. See how what I want you to see when you see people like that have given up on their finances and their financial livelihood in their world, and they've accepted of being a slave for the rest of their life until they're dead, because if they don't pay off their student loans, they're going to pay them until they're dead. That means they're going to wear invisible shackles on their hands and feet until they're dead. That's why they call you crazy. Oh, that's crazy. What they're really saying is that that's crazy for me to think about ever paying off my student loans. That's what they're saying. Oh man, I don't even think about that. They always say, people in student loan debt, they always say the same thing. They don't know they all say the same thing, but they say, oh man, I don't even think about that. You don't think about your slave papers? You don't think about your slave papers. You don't ever think about owning them one day so you can be free. No? Okay. Well, I guess you're gonna be a slave until you're dead. Oh well. Hold on for a second. I got to turn some air on. 1 second. All right, Mecca says, LJ, I never knew you could pay off your phone bill for a year. Yeah, I pay my phone by the year. I pay $240 a year for my phone, my cell phone. Mecca, those are the services that I offer to help people during when they sign up for my services. Not only do I create a plan for them, I tell them other ways where they might just be wasting money and stuff like that. Say, do this instead of that. Yes, the same thing. If you do this instead of that, yes, it's the same thing, but a quarter of the price. Mecca says some people with degrees don't make 70,000. Yeah, because they believe the hype. They believe that the degree was going to somehow get them or make them something that they were going to do. What they heard, if I get this degree, I'm going to make this amount of money, when nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. Hyphy says you can pay gym membership up to 2 years at a lower rate. Shit, you can get a 5-year gym membership for $1 right about now. Call up your gym and say, hey man, if you want me to stay, yeah, what can you do to get me to stay? Yeah, give me a 5-year gym membership for $1. That's what. Mecca says I need to sign up for your classes. Well, I offer services right now. I don't really offer classes. I offer services. So right there, scrolling on the bottom, savings minus debt. So you can sign up. You can go to my website, check out my services. Some people want to do them, but then some people just want to talk to me on the phone. Okay. And let me announce this too, by the way. There are, and this is before my prices went up, by the way. So, so we had 2 SMD family members donate my time. They purchased my time and they're going to donate it to people in the SMD family room. So we're getting more and more people in here, and then we're going to run like a raffle. And there's two 45-minute sessions that were donated by Mr. Rurambo, Mike Rurambo, and DTN. Mecca says more bills I can pay at the beginning of the year, I can put more money to pay off my student loans. Yeah, and plus when you go by once I put it this way, once I get people out of debt, I also train their brain to no longer think monthly and start thinking yearly. Okay. No more, because once I get you out of debt, you'll know not to finance things that go down in value. But right now, you know, I was thinking, man, it would be nice to go on tour, but those kind of things have changed too. Tours like that, big concerts and stuff like that, that's never going to happen again this year. That's not happening at all. And so, anyway, I bought some Chris Tucker tickets. Those are null and void. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get my money back for those because that's not happening this year. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna create my own worldwide tour virtually because there are no limits. I don't have to stay in the United States. I can go over the whole wide world. So I'm gonna somehow, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a worldwide virtual tour where I'm gonna go around worldwide and answer people's questions. Answer people's financial questions. Hey man, why they living paycheck to paycheck? Whatever. There's a million reasons why people believe they're not somewhere where they need to be, and I'll have the answer for them. Hyphy says, LJ, Young, any idea of what time tomorrow's Saturday stream will take place? Now, I was thinking about that, Hyphy. I don't know. Because you got to remember, Hyphy, nowadays, days and times of week, they don't matter. Everybody's at home. So they're doing things that they normally do. Now people can sleep all day and stay up all night because they have no job to go to, right? So I'm starting to notice more people are on at night. So I'm thinking about going late in the evening now instead of in the morning, because usually I'll do the in the mornings, daytimes, but I'm starting to think it's going to be nighttime. Mecca says that's another aspect I want to do, give and donate. Oh yeah, once you get out of debt, Mecca, that's exactly what you'll do. It feels great to donate. It really is. They've donated instead of buying my services, or this is what people do a lot, Mecca. Okay, this is what people do. They either donate money to me because they might be in hard times, but I've changed their life. So they say, hey man, let me give you $5. Let me just talk to you on the phone for an hour, or they'll purchase the time and give it to somebody else. Maybe they followed me and didn't need my direct help, because I followed Dave Ramsey, but I didn't buy any of his programs. I just listened to his videos and I said, okay, I'll just do that. And that's what I did. So it is awesome to donate, man. It's much appreciated, by the way. And here's, just in case, here's my there's my Cash App, and I got a PayPal donation link, but here's my Cash App donation link. Where'd it go? NC Big says, question I have, those 2 cars that I'm waiting to get repoed on my insurance, should I take them off now? No, because if they get messed up while they're sitting there, that's a different story. Because until they take them, they're yours. So you don't. Then again, even if that happened, everything's going on bankruptcy anyway. Until let's say like this, until the bankruptcy happens, NC Biggs, I would keep insurance on them. I would just keep insurance on them. I wouldn't do that. Because you don't know what's going to happen from now until then. Mecca says the virtual tour going to be it. Concert's going to have to do that. They have to do that. So I got to figure out how to do a worldwide virtual tour via, I don't care if it's via YouTube, my own channel. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure out how to do that. Because I was thinking about that today. Because I was thinking about I was talking to my brother, and I was like, man, you gonna go on tour with me, man? Because one day we're gonna be on tour. And I was like, wait a minute. A regular tour ain't gonna be no time soon. Definitely not in 2020. That's never happening. Nobody's doing any of that. So it has to be virtual. The whole world has changed forever. Hyphy says, fact, any donations made to LJ are tax deductible as educational expenses. A great tax preparer can explain the truth behind this statement. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. This is where you get the information. Welcome, NC Biggs. Pedro says you can't take the insurance off. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Pedro. All you got to do is just stop paying it, and then the insurance stops. What do you mean? But the bank will add their own. But who cares? Who cares if the bank adds their own? Doesn't matter. But still, I wouldn't chance it. I think, Pedro, I think what you're saying is if a person stops paying their insurance, the bank's insurance will automatically kick on and then they will add it to the payment. But nobody can make you keep car insurance because if you don't pay for it, they're not going to keep covering you. But yeah, this is a crazy time right now, people. Crazy time, man. Crazy time. Just what they're doing to when you're in debt. I'm telling you guys, you're getting just ooh. But it must be that way. Everything, the whole game, the whole economy is changing, people. It's changing forever. It's never going to be the same. It's not. It's not going to be the same. Yeah, that is done. Let's see. I'm thinking health areas, field, that's going to be paramount. Investing in that stuff is a can't lose bet. You can't lose with that one. What else? People are. The best thing about this is there's a small majority of people that are going to be waking up, right? They're going to be recognizing that they were never their job, right? They're going to realize that whatever title they carried for years, they're going to realize, but who am I without that title? Because now they're forced. Either they've lost their job or they're sitting at home on or whatever, furloughed and waiting for the job to call them back. And during those few months, they're going to be like, man, if I lost this job, who am I? And it's going to wake some people up. And I'm telling you right now that we're being we're being quarantined. The only way out is through the internet. It's through the internet. This is the only way you're gonna make money for at least till the end of the year. This is the only way you're gonna be able to make money is through the internet. Your real estate, worthless. Retirement, worthless. Worthless. You want to make some money, you better figure something out right now. You better figure out who you are. Whatever, because I believe right now, honestly, I believe everybody has a gift. Everybody has a gift. Right now is your moment to discover it. Nothing is in your way to having your gifts come out right now. Nothing's in your way. Not a job, not bills, not debt. Nothing is in your way. Right now, you can just choose to stop paying everything if you wish. It don't matter. It's just business. Don't wrap your personal feelings in it. Yeah, sign up for. Oh yeah, you already said that. Okay, I'm going way back. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, it jumped way up there. Crap. NC Big says, well, my insurance wouldn't know if I told them they are getting repo, but I won't even worry about it. Well, my insurance wouldn't know if I told them they are getting repoed. Well, the only thing my insurance wouldn't know if I told them they were. Yeah, they wouldn't know if you told them. I'm trying to figure out why you're saying that, NC Biggs. That's why I keep reading it over and over again. They wouldn't care as long as you're still paying. and you let the cars repose and you still paying. They wouldn't care if you're still paying. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. LJ says selfishly in a way, a sort of cherish what is occurring. Oh, I sort of cherish what is occurring because this is a new beginning for those of us that are woke. Yes. You know what, Scout? Right now, to be honestly, to talking to you, Scout, right now is a huge awakening. It's huge. It is a huge awakening. Okay. And my role in that awakening is to awaken those that are walking around knowing something's wrong, but they can't put their finger on it. This is my role to show them. I show them with basic mathematics. Then I say, this is the way. That's it. Once they see it, once they see the math makes sense, and then they'll just follow. This is how people especially the younger generation, even in the young elementary schools, they see the math that they just learned in grade school. They're like, you mean the math that Miss So-and-so taught me? Yeah, that's all you need, little kid. And then you'll be rich. That's why they connect with me. Pedro says, I think the people who lost their cars to the virus will feel a little lighter inside and realize how easier life is when you don't have a car loan. At first, they're going to be devastated and they're going to feel like a loser. They're going to feel like, because their neighbor might have not got their car repossessed, so they're going to think their neighbor or their friends must got more money than them because they still have their car, and they got to go through this phase. That's going to take at least 6 months. Okay. Once 6 months goes by, they're going to notice that they don't have this car payment anymore, and then maybe they'll wake up. But the sad thing is this. There are going to be people that are going to take their stimulus checks and put it down on a new car. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take those stimulus checks and put it down on a new car, new kind of vehicle or something. And these car dealerships are offering brand new cars, 0% for 72 months with 3 months deferred payments. Oh my God. Mecca says, I got to get that phone plan. Who I got to go through? I go through Red Pocket. There's a whole bunch of Red Pocket Mobile, Straight Talk. Yeah, my brother go to Cricket. Mecca says, I think we got addicted to the debt because it was so easy to get. I think the virus is letting people know they can live off less. Only if you're paying attention, Mecca. If you're getting caught up in the whole hysteria and you're watching the news and Facebook and social media every single day, you're not going to see that. What you just said, a lot of people are not going to see that. They can't see that. Black Knight says the U.S. economy will return to normal within the next 24 to 36 months. 3 years. The same way it did after the Spanish flu, Great Depression. Yeah, I agree with you, Black Knight. 3 years, yeah, it will. It'll return for sure, but in a very different way. It will return in 24 to 36 months, but in a very different way. It has to. The economy, this is what I'm saying, Black Knight, it has to come back. There is no option. There is no, hey, it's never going to come back at all. No, it has to come back. In order for all this to work, it has to come back. All I'm saying, it's coming back in a very, very different way, not the same. Scout says, I totally get what you're saying. Before I came across you, I was putting a number of things into practice. Yeah, this Scout, this awakening is big. It's big. There's not many people I can talk to about it on that level. Like when you and I first talked on the phone, I listened to the way you spoke. I was like, oh, this dude's awake. You know, because only awake people say certain things. They say certain things, they say them a certain way. And then when they say it repeatedly, I thought, okay, he's awake because he's saying these things repeatedly. He's using the words right, he's saying things right. Okay, yeah, he's awake. Scout says, but you show me the light, the true exact path to success. Once again, so very much. Thank you. You're welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. This is it'll never be like this again in our lifetime. Anybody in this room, this right here is never going to happen again in our lifetime. This can only happen at least once a 50 years to a century. This cannot happen again. No time soon. Almal says, good night, family. What do you think about Spectrum Mobile? I don't like tying myself to Xfinity. I don't want to do that. I don't like tying myself to any type of business. That's why I never used like Comcast email or Xfinity email. It means if I want to keep their email, that means I always got to be with them. So that's why I said, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make sure I got a Gmail account or some web-based account, not attached to anybody. Pedro says, you're right. I think summertime will make people forget about everything. We'll still be on lockdown in the summertime, so it's not going. Nobody's going to forget. Nobody's going to forget anything until the end of the year. This is not changing. This is not changing anytime soon. Gabriel says this should be a wake-up call for people. No, only a certain amount of people will become awake. Okay, because I follow things spiritually as well. And I remember seeing all these memes that saying just before all this virus stuff happens, I saw these memes that would say, there's a big awakening coming. There's a big awakening coming. There's a big awakening coming. They keep repeating this, right? You keep hearing it and hearing it. And you're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean big awakening? Now it's here. And I was like, oh, this is the big awakening. Oh, gotcha. Oh, yep. Only a virus could have did this. Okay, I get it. There's only a few of us, though. There only can be a few of us. And the few of us, there's two economies. Once you get out of debt and there's a few awakened people, they will clearly see that there's another economy. You're like, this one controls that one? Yep, this one controls that one. This one runs on that one. Without this one, there is no that one. People in debt will never be able to see it. Almal says, when was the last depression? That I don't know. I got to look that up. I've been looking this up, though. I've been looking some of it up, but I'm going to get deeper into it. More of my concentration has been on the central banks. I've been learning more than I've ever learned or ever understood about the central banks. When I was in debt, you kind of hear about the central bank. Oh, that's the Federal Reserve. Oh, okay. You know, when you're in debt, I've always looked at the Federal Reserve building. Oh, that's where they print money. You know, you just think stupid, idiotic stuff like that. Oh, that's where all our money comes from. Oh, that's where they print the money. Oh, that's what. Yeah. Okay. What else do you know about it? I don't know. Why are they the only ones that can do it? I don't know. That's just is the way it is. Now that I've been understanding, I'm like, oh, that's the central bank in the United States. Oh, there's one in every country. Oh, and then there's Federal Reserve or regional banks. Yeah, they just trickle on down. Dark man, that's why, and I'm not saying anything like negative, Dark man. That's why I don't really talk about that because it's a whole different. If you go to Best Version Motivation, he explains it better than I. It's Awakening to me means when things become more obvious. Okay, like this debt thing, everything's obvious to me. Like when stimulus packages happen, or people claim that they're good at real estate, or there's some financial gurus. Now it's so obvious to me to say, let me see your personal credit report. Let me see that. If it's in shambles, they have no idea what they're talking about. Look at it this way, Dark Man. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit of financial connection. Okay, so just listen to what I'm saying. Imagine a person that's a professional investor, okay, but he has student loans that are older than his children, okay? Now, if the professional investor is in debt, say like that $100,000 of student loan debt, right? According to mathematics, that means they have no money. If they have no money, so that means it would be mathematically impossible for them to invest in the stock market. That's impossible. He has no money. So where do you get your money? He has to borrow it. So he has to borrow money to invest in the stock market. So whatever his stock market predictions are, they're totally wrong. They're wrong. Why? Because he didn't, where he started, he's in debt. You can't invest negative dollars into anything. That's mathematically impossible. But why does that investor believe that? Because he's wrong. Now imagine if 85% of Americans are in debt. Imagine a large percentage of those people that don't even know they don't have money. Imagine if they're investing in the stock market too. Whose money are they using? You know how the people in debt say other people's money. Yes, the bank's money. So if they're in debt, they're indirectly investing into the stock market. So whatever they're predicting, their returns, their interest that they believe they're getting, if you're in debt, none of that adds up. None of it. So whatever they're telling you, it's automatically wrong. Why? Because they're in debt. See how that works? These are the things I can see now. It's so obvious. Hey, how do you invest? You're $50,000 in debt? Yeah. How are you investing in the stock market? You have no money. Yes, I got this money. I use other people's money. You mean the bank's money? Yeah. Why? Because you have to. You're in debt. LJ says, I know I'm getting long-winded, but as you know, I got a late start in life because before I could see and feel this occurrence is my shining light forward. You better believe it is, Scout. You better believe it is. You better believe it is. This is your chance right here. You get one of these per century. This is it. Whatever it is you want to do in life, right now is the time. You get to start from zero right now. Whatever your wild imagination is, put it on the internet. Do whatever you need to do. Don't worry about people in debt. You should do this. Anybody that comes up to you can and say, hey man, you should try this. You should invest in that. Now's the time to invest in real estate. Now's the time to do this. You're going to get this. You say to them, let me see your personal credit report first. Ask to see anybody that suggests anything. Oh man, you better get in now. The market's crashing. You better do this. You can get this. People are going to be losing their home. Let me see your personal credit report first. It's going to tell me why you think that. A person's personal credit report is going to tell me why their view is the way it is about the economy. I'm going to see his credit report first. You got 20-year-old student loans. Now I know why you look at the economy like that, because you're in debt. Cosmic Wisdom says, LJ, you can't run a central bank without knowing economic indicators and milestones. Sure can't. They control everything. And if you're in debt, don't even worry about trying to understand the Federal Reserve's role. Don't even try to understand what they're doing. Oh man, I think it's the family Rothschilds and they run. Who cares? It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Can be Rothschilds, the Kardashians. It doesn't matter to you if you're in debt. Don't even worry about what they do. You know why? Because not even the U.S. government controls them. They are a private entity controlling themselves. Period. You never seen the Federal Reserve building? Google it right now. Go Google it and just look at it. Just look at that building. What does that building say to you? Power and control. The whole walkway up to it tells you that. That building says, I know something that you don't. Look at the building. Look at the building. Doesn't that building say everything? Look at it. NC Big says the last depression was right after World War II, when then the bank started failing. The Great Depression was in the 1930s. Hyphy says tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern will host a SMD family group on. Okay, cool. Oh, I see why you're asking. Okay, cool. Let me put that on the calendar right now so I can make sure I am there. 11 a.m. Hey, oh yeah, you put it up there. Okay. All right, cool. I will be there. If you guys can get in there, please do. And we are talking about the voice chat, right, Hyphy? Okay. Black Knight says the U.S. didn't fully recover until the end of World War II. Makes a lot of sense. I need to pay more attention. It's a put it this way, Jeff. Put it this way. If you ever want to see and truly understand what I'm telling you right now, you have to do whatever it takes to get out of debt, because I'm just telling you right now, you cannot see it. It will be mathematically impossible for you to ever understand what I'm fully saying. Okay. You got to get out of debt. Scout says, bro, you need to patent that. Let me see your personal credit report. You know, it's so funny, Scout. It's not even, it's not anything. Like, anybody give me financial advice. All right, man, you better jump on that Apple stock, man, because you know it's going to do this and that and this and that. Let me see your personal credit report. Then I'll know why you're saying that. But you don't even have to do that, Scout. You can say like this. Anybody giving you financial advice, you go, do you still have your credit? Do you still have your student loans? Are you in student loan debt? Yeah, I'm not listening to you. Don't ever, let me tell you guys something. Don't ever take financial advice from people that have years old student loans. Don't ever take any financial advice from that person. You got to say, why would I take financial advice from a person that went to college for 4 years but keep the college loans for 10 years? That doesn't make any sense. And you're giving me financial advice? No, thank you. You can keep that. Hyphy says the 1930s Great Depression involved stock market professionals corrupting the market and purposely crashing it. Oh, I kind of read about that. Instead of praising a stimulus check, I'm focusing on who has the most to gain here. The central bank, Hyphy. That's the central bank's money. The central bank. And it's not even just us. This is worldwide. This is worldwide. Worldwide. It's not just the United States. Stop thinking borders have anything to protect. Hey, our borders mean nothing to this. You think the virus cares about it's crossing over to the United States? It doesn't care where it's going. It's going wherever it chooses. Borders don't exist. Man, this is big. You guys don't even get it, man. This is big. This is like the biggest transfer of wealth between central banks ever. We're getting rid of all the financial fakers. They're getting filtered. They're getting filtered through worldwide. All the financial fakers that have been living off credit. See ya. You're out. You people living in those nice neighborhoods, and you see your friends, you see your neighbor with all those cars and motorcycles and ski boats and all that stuff. See ya. They're out of here. They're out. People are acquiring all this real estate with FHA loans. You're the first to go. See ya. Those of you with first and second mortgage, goodbye. You're out. See ya. People think it's normal to have first and second mortgages. If that's you, you're out. See ya. This is what I want you guys to do. Check this out. If you're new to the channel, if you catch the broadcast later, this is what I want you to do. All right. Now, everybody that's watching this broadcast, this is what I want. Everybody who's a homeowner, I want you to raise your hands. I want you to raise your hands. Raise your hands if you're a homeowner. Okay. All right. Now, everybody that don't have mortgages, I want you to lower your hand. Put it down. If you don't have a mortgage, you have a house and you don't have a mortgage, I want you to put your hand down. Now, those of you that still have your hand up, why do you still have your hand up? Why do you believe you're a homeowner? Now, I want you to answer that question. If I told everybody that's a homeowner to put their hand down, why do you still have your hand up? Why do you still believe you're a homeowner, even though I just showed you that you're not? Why? If you can answer that question, you'll be free. Answer the question. Why do I still have my hand up knowing that I have a mortgage? He just told everybody with a mortgage that's a homeowner to put their hand down, but yet I still have my hand up. Why is that? As soon as you answer that question, you're going to be free. But if you put your hand down and still believe you're a homeowner with a mortgage, you'll never be free. Ever. You own nothing. That's not your house. I just proved it to you. This will be the hard part. Gabriel says the stock market right now is a roller coaster. Man, don't even touch that. If the majority of Americans are in debt, how many of those people in debt don't even know they're in debt? They don't even know they don't have any money. Money doesn't even exist for them. So how many of them do you think are investing in the stock market? The majority of them. That's why the stock market's looking like that. That's fear. Fear's just going all over the place right now. Fear. Don't even try to invest right now. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Scout says, "How you too much, LJ?" Hey, it's just me now, Scout. This is just me. This is my time to shine. I can do and be and act any way I wish. As long as I follow YouTube rules. This is their platform. I must follow YouTube rules. The Scout says, that's like someone telling you, I will sell you a t-shirt for $10 and 2 for 20. Ha. Right. Mecca says, I ain't got neither. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure if you were talking to me or not. I hope you guys caught that homeowner example I just told you about. Man, that's going to be a very tough pill to swallow. It's very tough. That's going to be a one that you see that example I just did with the home ownership? It's going to make people think. People are going to be like, damn, why do I still have my hand up knowing that I'm not a homeowner? Because that's what you've been conditioned to believe. That's it. Me neither. I ain't got a house either, Mecca. Got no house. You know, people in debt, they make you feel like you're supposed to have one, or else you're throwing away money. It's so crazy the way people in debt think. It's just the craziest nonsense. But you know what? They don't know they're saying that. They don't know they're saying that. Only people with mortgages suggest other people have them. Now I'm gonna say that very slow. Only people with mortgages suggest others have them also, so they can be like them. Only people in student loan debt have student loan debt. Only people that have car loan debt have car loan debt. So when you hear somebody say, hey, how am I supposed to, everybody has to finance a car? No, everybody that has car loan debt, that believes in car loan debt, believes that. Not people that don't have debt. If you believe a car payment is normal, you're in debt. You've been made to believe that. You're in debt. That's why you believe it. You're in debt. My friend Dale here. I'm fortunate this time to own my home outright, but losing my house in 2008. Lost his house in 2008. Me too. I lost mine in 2008. He is very fortunate to have a home that he owns. No mortgage payment. Guess what? When the housing market crashes, check it out. When it crashes, because it's going to crash. When it crashes, guess what? His taxes go down on his house. He ain't moving. It doesn't matter. He ain't moving no time soon. Who cares if it crashes? He ain't selling. But guess what? His taxes are going to be, well, taxes go down too. Scout says, LJ, if you remember when I first came across you, I was actually thinking about getting a, oh yeah, you were home through FHA and in debt. I know, man. I'm so glad you contacted me. Oh, I'm so glad you contacted me. When I heard that, woo, I said, please don't do that. Please, please don't do that. Please. FHA mortgages are only for people that refuse to accept that they cannot afford a home. Now, if this is you talking about, hey man, they only offer 3.5%. This one, I always have to say this to people so they understand this. Number one, no mortgage in the world makes anybody a homeowner. No mortgage in the world. Not the best one on the market. Nothing. None of them do. None of them. Number two, nobody gets the financed house on sale. So whatever you thought you got, hey man, I got this house on sale, but you financed it for 30 years. You didn't get it for the sticker price. You didn't. No, you didn't. That's impossible. Flip to the back of your 30-year paperwork. That's your sale price. So knowing this, knowing that even with the best mortgage on the market, you still don't get the house for the sale price, why would you settle for anything less than the best mortgage on the market? You know why? You have no money. Only people with no money would ever in a million years accept the terms of an FHA mortgage. PMI? What's that for? It's not for me. I pay it to who? For how long? Why would I do that? Because you're broke. Give away money for free? Oh, it's only $200. Only? You're in debt. Mecca says, I always thought that about home ownership. If you have a mortgage, then you don't own it. No, you don't. You're exactly right, Mecca. Congratulations that you didn't fall for it. Congratulations. I did twice. Sure did twice. And you know, so funny, both times when I bought that, when I financed the house, when I was in it for about a year or two, I was like, man, this sure don't feel good. It feels like more pressure, because it was. I was thinking to myself, wait a minute. Now that I own my home, I'm responsible for everything that breaks. Yes, you are, Linnell. Yes. Man, when I was in my apartment, I just called up the manager and they fixed everything. Sure, you're right. You sure are. People always fighting over rent versus buying. People in debt really believe they have an option for rent versus buying. They could be deep in debt and they think they can have the money to buy. No, you don't. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a house. If that number's in the negative, you have no money for a house. None, zero. And the bank knows that. That's why they offer you an FHA mortgage, because you don't know. If you don't know you're in debt, if you don't know that it's not normal to keep student loans for 25 years, you are getting offered an FHA mortgage because of your debt. If you believe you're going to pay off a house and you haven't paid off your student loans in 20 years, but you're going to pay off a house in 30? No, you're not. You're going to die with debt, and you're going to call yourself a homeowner the whole time while the bank owns the house. Scout says game changer, not purchasing. Sure is game changer. But right now, if you have money, If you're debt free with money right now, you give it about till about November. Ooh, you're gonna get 3 houses for the price of one. Don't come. Wait till 2021. All the houses are gonna be everywhere because this is all you got to do right now. Check this out. Google the percentage of homeowners with FHA mortgage. Google that. Google that percentage. Ooh, and then I want you to think about a large percentage of those homes are going to be open on the market for pennies on the freaking dollar. Mecca says, I'm buying a messed up house here in Detroit cash, fixing it up and staying in it. You better do that. Smart move. You better not care what anybody thinks about that house either. Darkman Jeff says, LJ is definitely against the FHA mortgage. Oh my God, that's only for people that can't afford it. Why? If you're attracted to the 3.5% down, you're in debt. That's why they did it. You guys pay when people get FHA mortgages, they don't know what PMI and MIP is for. It collects up, it's paid by you guys. So when you guys default on the house, the FHA Federal Housing Administration pays the bank off, gives them their money, and all the fees to get you kicked out. That all comes out the PMI pool to get you, people in debt. Like, oh, it's going to take them a year to get me out. You already paid for everything. You paid for everything to get kicked out. It might take a year for you to get out, but you already paid for that. Gabriel says, I don't know how people get into mortgage debt and credit card debt. I know, because you're 19, Gabriel. You know something that you're never going to ever understand it. Okay. You're never going to understand it. So stop trying. You act like, hey, you want to feel how it is? Go get you a mortgage, Gabriel. Go get you a mortgage right now so you can feel how it is to be in a mortgage. Scout says, if you don't pay taxes, you still won't own it. Always a catch. No, that's wrong too. That's wrong too, Scout. I know you're probably like, what? Everybody got to pay taxes on a house. You know you're going to lose it. So this is what I want to say to you for this, Scout. If everybody now listen to me closely. This is why my vision is no longer clouded. If everybody knows that you'll never truly own a house because of the taxes, why are millions of people still financing them? I'm going to say that one more time. If everybody knows, because people in debt always say this, oh man, you never really own it because you're going to have the taxes. If you don't pay the taxes, they're going to take it. But since that's the case, why would you finance something for 30 years knowing that you'll never truly own it? Why do millions of people do that? They don't know. You can ask anybody, why are you doing that then? I don't know. Why are you doing it? I don't know. You know why? This is why. If you get out of debt, create a successful business, you never pay taxes again legally. You know why? Because your portion of the taxes that you must put into the system, you incorporate those taxes into the prices of your product. Voila, you never pay taxes again. See how that works? You create a successful business, and the taxes that you must pay in your portion of the system, you incorporate the price of your taxes into your product. Voila, you never pay it again. Your customers do. Voila, you're done. You're not paying taxes again legally. Darkman says, I have land passed down to me from my family, strongly considering purchasing a nice mobile home, and I live my life. Once I'm out of debt, no need to get into those mortgages. Oh man, that's the first thing I would do. Have you seen those? Have you seen mobile homes now? These double wides, those things are beautiful. Oh man, those things are beautiful. When people think mobile homes, they think those old ones, those single ones and looking all messed up. Nah, man, those days are done. No, not those kind of mobile homes. Mobile homes are nice. Gabriel says, bro, I'm debt free in quarantine and don't know what to do. This is what you need to do. Get on the internet and invent something or create something. That's what you do. Right now, the only way you're going to make money, Gabriel, is create something on the internet. Create it unique. You see this right here, this channel? It's unique. It's unlike any others on, it's unlike any other channel on YouTube. I know people come over to my channel and say, oh man, he's only got 1,400 subscribers. Oh, he ain't nothing, whatever. The majority of people on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these people that they've been following for years that look like they got money, they are going to vanish. Poof. They're going to vanish into the debt matrix black hole. See ya. Never to return. Bye-bye. Dark Man says, LJ, are some nice used double wide? Oh, there are some nice double wide mobile homes for 30, 50K. Yeah. Oh man, my girlfriend been looking at them. She's like, hey baby, look at this. You know, when I heard mobile home or trail, I'm like, hey man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. And then she showed me the pictures of some of these. I was like, whoa, those are nice. Scout says, looked up percentage of FHA home ownership, almost 50%. You know that thing that just came down. You don't have to pay. The President Trump said something about payments on mortgages. Something that only applies to FHA mortgages. Okay, not personal, not private mortgages. Only FHA mortgages, because if they let those go, housing market would crash. It would crash. But I'm looking forward to this Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord server, please do. Please do. Please join the Discord server, man. We got all kind of knowledgeable people in there. We got Hyphy, we got Cosmic Wisdom, we got Black Knight. We got all knowledgeable people up in there, man. You guys. Now, I hope all those people will get up in there tomorrow at 11. Dale, he's my friend. He's knowledgeable. We're on different level type stuff. Scout, hey, Scout. Dale is another person that is awake. Gabriel says, LJ absolutely needs to go on the Joe Rogan. Oh, man. Gabriel, if I can get on the Joe Rogan, man, I don't know how I'm going to get his attention, because he has some big people on the show, but I'm just as big. Man, if I can get on his show, oh, man. But see, right now, we can't even go anywhere. I can't even physically, unless I lived in LA right now, I couldn't physically get on his show. It would have to be remote right now. But anyway, if it was, I would still do it. All right, you guys, my voice is almost wore out here. Oh, let's see here. Oh, shout out to Mike Rambo. Thank you for the donation, sir. I'm just now looking. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Man, a shout out to you, sir. Much appreciated. Let me throw that up there one more time. That is my Cash App, people. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There's my Instagram. Scout says, if only if I was debt free with a stack. Yeah, but you'll be there. Don't worry about it, man. This economy is going to be, it's changed forever. So don't worry about that, Scout, man. Just pay your last little stuff off. This economy is going to be like this, especially this hardcore. It's going to be all the way till December. Don't even worry about it. Nothing's going back to the way things before. So what you're seeing right now, once you get debt free, You come, and just like you said, you get another one of my services. I'm gonna say, do this, this, that. You see that? That's why this is gonna do that. This is gonna change that. This is why that is, and you'll see it just like a chessboard. Gabriel says, if you can go to his show, it's a wrap. You're the next Dave Ramsey, like, for sure. You know what? And you know what? I want to meet Dave Ramsey because I want to thank him for helping me change my life. I do. I want to personally thank him for changing my life, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known to even look to know how to just, it sounds really stupid that I needed him to tell me. I needed Dave Ramsey to say, hey, use the math that you learned in grade school on your finances. I just, it's almost embarrassing, right? But that's what he did. And then once I learned from him, I said, okay, I can simplify it even more and then add in my own personality. Mecca says, Red Pocket Mobile, I'm getting it. Yeah, go do it, man. I pay about a year. Okay, there you guys go. Hyphy saying you guys can either listen to tomorrow's Savings Minus Debt group discussion on YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel. Okay, cool. You gonna do that? Or you can listen and participate in it. Oh, that's cool. Do we have your YouTube channel, Hyphy? Did you post your YouTube channel up in there? If you haven't, put it up in there. Scout says, can't wait to meet Dale. I'll try to be there tomorrow, 11 a.m. Peace. Appreciate your time. All right, Scout, man, I'm glad you got back in there. What's up, bro? Man, I sent that link to you. How long I sent that link to you for a while ago. I don't know how often you check your messenger. Yeah, I sent that a minute ago. Oh yeah, it looked like you just got it. Patrick says, for some reason I'm just now finding the chat room for some. Oh, okay, man, my bad. So we're gonna do a tomorrow 11 a.m. bro. We're gonna do this right here. We're gonna go up. Hyphy he's gonna start a voice chat. Oh, you've been watching. Okay. Oh, you're just finding the chat. Gotcha. Wow. Okay. Man, this woman turned this AC off again. I know she did. So we're gonna do this thing tomorrow on the Discord server. Man, I'm just, I'm even though it's a bad time because we got a virus out there killing people, at the same time, it's awakening people, and this is my time. I know it is. This is my time. This is exactly my time. This is my time to shine. This is it. This is my time to shine. This is everybody's time to shine. All I got to do is just wake up and realize this is my get out of debt free card right now. This is it. This is it. All right, you guys, I'm going to get on off of here. Get on off of here. That don't even make any sense. I'm going to get off of here. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We did say that, right? We did say 11 a.m. Eastern. Yes, I believe we did. Go to the Discord server for right there for any information that you may need. So I like these discussions. They be really, really interesting. And it's not just me talking, okay, which is nice too. So I will see you guys in the morning. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening.